make it for other people, and then when they go, oh, that's lovely, how do you do that? Don't tell them how to do it, send them a link to the video. Hola. ¿Cómo está? Right, I'll make some salsa rojas. Salsa rojas is essentially what people think of when you say salsa. It's red salsa. Basis really is tomatoes and onion and some garlic. But I like to put some peppers in there for a bit of sweetness, and obviously chilies for heat. First of all, we're going to roast this off. Now this is optional. You can just blitz all this and cook it in a pan. Don't even actually need to cook it. If you've got really good quality ingredients, you can just have it raw. But I quite like it roasted. So I've got the oven up to 200. We've got good quality ingredients. It's just coming up to the end of the tomato season. So these are nice, good quality, vine ripened tomatoes. Just sort of salad tomatoes, but you can really use any sort of tomato. Homegrown is better. Well, not necessarily homegrown, but you know, like locally grown farm stuff. In a pan, cut side down, in half. Oh, I can just smell how sweetened. These are proper summer tomatoes. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tomatoes. What I'd say is decent sized red onion. You want 1 tomato per quarter of an onion. There is no hard and fast rules on this though. If you like it a bit tomatoey, put in some more tomatoes. If you like it more oniony, put in onions. You want it more garlicky, put in more garlic. I'm gonna put in, normally I'd put in a head. Leaving the garlic in its paper, just to protect it from the heat in the oven a little bit. I'd normally put in like a decent head, a proper head of garlic, but I could only get little ones, so I'm gonna use little ones. Chilies. If you want it hotter, put in more chili, or use hotter chilies. De-seed the chilies. Like I said, if you want them hotter, use more chilies or use hotter chilies. Problem with leaving the seeds in is A, seeds burn quite easily, so you end up with the bitter, burnt, sort of acrid seed flavour. Also, in the final product, it can make it almost gritty. And these are the sort of pointed sweet peppers. All I'm going to do with these, lock the top off, down the middle, the insides out. If you want to use a jar of roasted red peppers, save a bit of time, a bit of space, be my guest, that works quite well. You're also going to need, unfortunately, well not going to, but it makes your life a lot easier if you use a food processor. Now, if you haven't got a food processor, I made this round my sister-in-law's this weekend using her, what's it called? You know what's it called? NutriBullet. So NutriBullet will work fine, or you can just put it in a bowl, use an immersion blender, or chop it all up in a bowl and just mash it up with a potato masher. That'd work as well. Right, get these in there. Might have to leave this half out. Yeah. If you need to use 2 pans, use 2 pans. I'm making a biggish batch as well, but half of that would probably be enough for a meal. Right, now what we're also going to go with on here is big pinch of salt all over, crack of pepper, and we're going to drizzle it all with olive oil. You want to be quite generous with the oil. It's going to help it brown a bit. It's going to stop it super burning and even out how it burns. Quite a bit of oil on those garlic cloves. But it's also going to add loads of flavour in as well. Use a good quality olive oil, or extra virgin olive oil in this case. Right, in our 200-ish, it's a bit hotter than 200 probably, oven. Probably going to take about 20 minutes. I'm going to check on it after 10, and I'll show you what it wants to look like when you take it out. I'll see you in about 10 minutes. 25 minutes, I'd say. That's what you want. I mean, you can let it go a bit further if you want and really get it red. Red? It's already red. Really get it charred up. Right, now, all we're gonna do is let it cool down. I've got another bowl, you can go straight to the bin. What we're gonna do is pull off, let it cool down a bit. I've got hands like asbestos. But what we wanna do is pull off the skins of the tomatoes. Should just pop straight off. And we're gonna do the same with the pepper. You might need to use a spoon just to get one away from the other. If your onion, the outer layer of your onion is very charred, you might want to get rid of that as well. And the chilies, as well as the peppers, same as the peppers. Like I said, this hasn't got to be done straight away. Let it all cool down till you can handle it. Like I said, I've got hands like asbestos. Why won't you come off? So yeah, and also you want to pop the garlic out of its skins. You can leave all the skins on, it's going through a food processor, but what I would say is if it's really blackened, you're going to end up with some bitter flavours, so you might want to just not roast it off as hard if you are going to be leaving the skins on. I mean, I've been able to just roast garlic off in the oven just to have it around, because roast garlic is like, you just pop the clove out like that, spread it on a bit of toast, it's beautiful. Right, so that's all of our stuff prepped. I'm just gonna quickly wash my hands. Right, sack that off. Right, food processor, blender, liquidizer, whatever you want to call it. Like I said, you can use a NutriBullet, you can use immersion blender, put this all in a bowl or a jug, but it's not going to be cool enough to hold. Yep. Right, so we want all of this in here. Actually, let me get there for this. And any and all accumulated juices. Obviously, traditionally it would have been done in a molcajete, which is a Mexican, essentially a traditional Mexican pestle and mortar. You could use a pestle and mortar, depends on how big it is, you might do it in little batches. Right. I want to blitz this up. Now, depending on how chunky you do or don't want it, depends on how far you want to go. I like it, a bit of texture left to it, but relatively smooth, so it is very much a sauce. But you might need to add a bit of water just to get it to start coming together. But don't add too much because there's a lot of moisture in those tomatoes. Right, before it's super bits up, spoon in and have a taste. Make sure it's all blended up good. Right. Mine needs a touch of salt. And this is completely optional, but I also like to go in with a bit of lime, just to kind of wake it up a bit. Add a little, blitz it up again, give it a taste. Get it where you like it. What also works quite well is a vinegar-based hot sauce at this point as well. Yeah, that's beautiful. Right. Pour that out and sink. Just going to show off my craftsmanship. There you go. Right, so you can see it's still got a fair bit of texture there. Bit chunky still. Very much not a pico de gallo, which is whole chunks of onion and tomato. Probably a lot smoother than the salsa you'd get in a jar to dip your chips in. Crisps, tortillas. There you go. That Lovely, lovely roasted red pepper salsa roja. It's gorgeous. Go on your tacos, it'll go on your burritos, dip your chips in it. Let it cool down, fridge it up, it'll last a couple of days in the fridge, but it ain't gonna last a couple of days. You're gonna eat it, you're gonna find anything and everything that you can to dip in that and eat it. Trust me. There. So, like I said, experiment with it. You might want a bit less onion, you might want a bit more tomato, you might want some chilies, you want to experiment with what chilies you want to put in there. And boost up the garlic, take out the garlic, leave out the spice, just roasted red onion and roasted tomatoes together. Blend that up, even that will be nice. Roast them off in the oven. Don't be afraid of letting them get a bit charred. Like I said, we're going to take the skins off. But that's beautiful. Trust me, make it. And also, do us a favour, like, comment and subscribe. I don't really care if I get any views or not, but it is kind of a little bit of a bit of a pat on the back. So yeah, Dan, that's a great video. I'm going to share that to my mates. So like, comment and subscribe because it helps me out, but share the video as well. Let your mates know about it. Try making it. Make it for other people, and then when they go, oh, that's lovely, how do you do that? Don't tell them how to do it. Send them a link to the video. Do me a favour. But there, sorted. Yeah, right. See, when I see you, peeps, I'll adios, I suppose.